What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the #1 rideshare YouTube channel in the world. My name is Dylan. This is the Rideshare Hub. Okay, maybe not #1. It's a good play. If you drive for Uber or Lyft, you should be subscribed to this channel, hands down. Just do it. Click the subscribe button. Why not? You know, you're gonna learn how to make more money. You're gonna learn how to conquer the world. You're gonna learn how to be a better man or woman. I know I got 20% of you guys are women watching, so 80% of you guys are males, are male identifiers. So anyways, today's video, guys, I'm going to talk about the question that everybody asks me. All my friends ask me this because they all know I'm a driver because I talk about it so much, obviously. Every single day I post like 5 videos. But anyways, they always ask me, is driving for Uber and Lyft safe? And even my family, even my family's like, Dylan, I don't know if you should be driving, because they see the news, and obviously the news, what does the media cover? The worst things, the worst. That's how they get views. That's how the news gets views, you know, or retention rate, however you want to call it. They talk about Uber drivers being killed, Uber drivers being kidnapped, Uber drivers kidnapping passengers, Uber drivers hurting passengers, people getting arrested. Like, one Uber driver got charged with rape because he went home and slept with one of his drunk passengers. Like, the media covers a lot of negative stories. Obviously they're not covering the positive. Oh, what a great ride, you know, the passenger gave him a $10, $20 tip. The media doesn't care about that. You know, nobody wants to hear that story. Everybody wants to hear the crazy negative story. So with that being said, is driving for Uber and Lyft safe? In my personal experience, I have had a couple instances where I did not feel safe. Am I alive and well? Yes. Okay. There's a few things that are dangerous, right? First, I'm trying to think how I should structure this video. Okay. First of all, I'm just gonna get address the elephant in the room. #1 is that driving in general is a dangerous activity, right? You're much more statistically in danger driving than you are flying, like in a plane, unless you are the pilot and you don't have a license. But you know what I mean. If you're a passenger in a plane, you're much safer in a plane than you are as a driver driving a car. Operating a car, being inside of a vehicle. Sorry, there's like some people staring at me. Driving in a car is a dangerous activity. Like, people get into accidents all the time, and people unfortunately die in accidents. It's a very dangerous thing, and you could be the best driver in the world and still you have reckless people driving 120 miles per hour down the freeway. You have people drunk driving. You have most people text and drive. I would say most people text and drive, like over half, because I just look over based on, you know, me looking over. Yeah, that might be a made-up statistic. That is a made-up statistic. But like, I look over and I always see people looking down their phones. Everyone at a stoplight is looking down their phone, and you have to honk at them to get them to go now. It's like, driving is a dangerous activity. And statistically, when you're an Uber or a Lyft driver, you are driving a lot more. You know, you're driving all day sometimes. So if you, I don't know the statistics of, you know, when you're driving, the statistics of you getting into an accident, I don't know what they are, but you can use that statistic and then multiply it by however long you're driving. So let's say normally you drive 30 minutes to work and then 30 minutes home. Sorry, somebody's texting me. Let's say you drive 30 minutes to work and then 30 minutes home, right? You have a probability of getting into an accident right? Like during that hour. You know, I wouldn't say it's super high, but well, maybe it is high depending on what you think is high or not. But like, I would say maybe after 1,000 of those 30 minutes trips, maybe you get into an accident, right? I don't know how good or how accurate that is. I'm trying to prove a point. It doesn't matter the number. It could be 10,000, it could be 1,000, it could be 100,000. But when you're driving all day, let's say you're driving 8 hours a day, now all of a sudden that statistic just multiplied by 8. And there's so many factors that, you know, are at play here. Where you're driving, how good of a driver you are, how many accidents have you been in the past, what kind of car you have. You know, there are a lot of factors at play. I'm just saying, addressing the elephant in the room, the more you're driving, the more likely you are to get into an accident. However, now moving on to the second part. What about the issue of you have a freaking stranger in your backseat and you don't know if that guy has a knife on them, if that guy's crazy, if that guy's a weirdo. You know what I mean? You have a stranger right next to you, maybe sometimes even sitting in the front seat right here. And what happens if that guy is dangerous, and what happens if that guy is going to hurt you? Has that happened before? Yes. Do passengers attack drivers? Yes, it has happened. Now, with that being said, there are a few things you can do to make those situations less likely. Safety tips. Always keep your doors locked whenever you're going to pick up a passenger, and always make sure you have the correct passenger. How do you do that? You keep your doors locked, you roll your window down, and you say, "Hi, are you here for an Uber or a Lyft?" And they will say either yes or no. And then if they say yes, say, "What is your name?" Never, and I'm serious guys, this is a huge safety tip, never assume that your passenger, Rebecca, whatever the name is, don't ever assume that that is Rebecca standing outside your window. You always want to ask them, "Hi, what is your name?" And you know, you can obviously do it in a nicer way, but I'm trying to prove a point. And they have to 100% say Rebecca, or whatever the name is, for you to unlock your door and let them in. If you don't, if you just assume, if you say, "Hey, are you Rebecca?" You know, simply assuming that is Rebecca, that could just be some random stranger and say, "Yep, that's me." Get inside your car, and now all of a sudden you have some random stranger in your car. And the reason that is more dangerous than somebody in the app is because the passenger that you have in the app, they know that they are being tracked through the GPS, that, you know, if they do anything, they're being tracked. So they know the consequences are higher. But if you just have a random stranger in the car who's not an Uber or Lyft passenger, it could, like, they know that they could, I mean, they potentially could do something and get away with it, because, you know, how are people going to track them, you know? Another thing is having a dash cam up here. Install a dash cam. I don't have my dash cam with me right now, but because I was just transporting a bunch of stuff, and I was cleaning out the inside of my car. But put a dash cam up here, and even if it doesn't work, it's a scare tactic, right? Right? But like, if somebody comes in and sees a camera in the car, do you think they're gonna try to hurt you? They could still, potentially, but the chances go down. So if you notice, I'm telling you to do things that are statistically gonna make it safer for you. Another thing, drive during the day, drive when it's light out. Again, it's much harder for somebody to do something sketchy when it's light out. If you're driving at the middle of 3 a.m. in the middle of nowhere, yeah, it's, you know, it's easier for somebody, I wouldn't say it's easier, but like, it's more favorable for a bad guy to do something bad when it's 3 a.m. in the middle of the night out, versus if it's, you know, 11 a.m. or 12 p.m., noon, and you're just driving around like a town, I don't know, a busy area, people can see you. Another thing, carry some form of protection. I know Uber and Lyft advise, like, kind of advising, I don't really know, they carry something, you know. It's better to be safe than sorry. I'm not saying have it out, but like, you know, have it available for use if you need it. Yeah, so again, there are some things that I would say do. Also, like, let people know when you're driving, where you're driving. Look your passenger in the eye. Look at them and make eye contact with them. Like, these things, if a bad guy sees you looking at them, and you know he's already knows that, oh, he's gonna remember my face. Yeah, it's better if you look at them in the eye. Like, that's what people in you know, what's it called, to prevent shoplifters, like, the best thing you can do to prevent a shoplifter is to go up and ask them if they need any help, because now they see that they're being recognized and they can't just, you know, get away with it without being seen. So it's the same thing with a passenger. I don't know what that's called, but if you know, let me know. But so I would say yes and no. It can definitely be dangerous, but if you follow like the safety tips, like it's a lot less dangerous. With that being said, driving safely, not speeding, not driving dangerously, recklessly, that whole side of, you know, there's two sides, right? The passenger safety, or with your strangers in your car, or just driving generally. Drive safely, smoothly, you know, don't speed, don't break any traffic laws, do all that stuff. Make sure, you know, and then, yeah, whatever, all that, you know, all the stuff I just said. So anyways, guys, I hope that answers your question. It is kind of a yes and no question. Yeah, I mean, take my advice. Like, at the end of the day, it's up to you what you want to do, but this is just this is if I had, you know, if I had a friend who I really cared about come up and ask me, hey Dylan, is that safe? That's exactly what I would tell them. So, and then have a conversation with them about it. Obviously, you know, I can't have a conversation with you guys about it, but you can leave your comments down below, and I'll read them. I do read all the comments. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Have a great day, guys. I will talk to y'all soon. Stay safe out there. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.